I like it. All right, so number three, can you share some tactics or methods to help you stay on track?
Sure. So I got 4 tactics, and you guys want to write this down. The first one is you got to have a why. You got to have a why. A why is just a purpose for why you're doing what you're doing. So without that, there's not even a reason to start if you don't have a purpose, because otherwise you're going to quit. After you have a why, you want to move next to accountability. You can have an accountability partner. You can hire on a professional like myself, a coach or a personal trainer, but you can also just go through your contact list through your phone, find you a reliable friend, or unreliable, whatever, someone who's going to be able to light that fire under you and kind of remind you of what you said you were going to do. So accountability partner is huge. So you got your why, you got your accountability partner. The third thing is visuals. Visuals are something that, because we're all different types of learners, visuals help those people who just need to kind of be in front of things on a constant basis for them to really absorb the purpose. And so visuals for me are valuable because I think that the ability to see something over and over, your subconscious starts to pick it up in a different way that you would if you were just telling yourself, hey, this is it. So I say visuals are good. There was a show, there's a show on BET, and it was called Being Mary Jane. Starred Gabrielle Union, Dwayne Wade's wife. And the show itself was depicting it was a successful TV host who moved to Atlanta, and she actually was balancing her business, being a successful, like I said, TV host, family, and relationships. And there was this one scene that used to stick out in my mind. It was so poignant because she was doing her morning routine. And again, you have to keep in mind that this is a high level thinker. This is someone who's, dependent on, high level thinker, successful person. She's doing her morning routine. She goes to the bathroom and she's starting to do her bathroom routine with, washing her face and doing everything. And the camera pans to her mirror and she has Post-it notes on her actual mirror. Bright, colorful Post-it notes, orange, yellow, light neon green, and they had messages on it. And I just thought it was a great illustration to just remind us that in the morning, when your brain is the most receptive, if you don't have those positive things in front of you, like, we have to assume that she's successful in what she's doing, but you also know that if she's doing something like that, that if you aren't doing it, you're likely behind the 8 ball. You're likely not giving yourself a great opportunity to be successful. And so I just thought it was a great depiction of visuals, and just knowing in the morning, especially when your mind is most receptive to, the energy that you give it. Maybe picking up the phone isn't the best thing. Maybe getting on social media in the morning isn't the best thing. Maybe getting into prayer meditation, maybe finding positive messages. Maybe that's going to be great to kind of, pull back the curtain on my own personal routine. So I have an office, and in my business office room, I have a whiteboard. My whiteboard has an affirmation. I read it twice a day. The affirmation attains my financial goal. It says how long I want to, before I reach that goal, at a specific time. It has a specific task that I want to execute on in order to actually attain the goal. And then actually has the disciplines of what I need to do for my family in addition to balancing this. And I read it twice a day, in the morning and the night. And I'll be honest, the impact that it's had for me has been substantial. And so I just say visuals are a great part. So, but that's number 3. The last one is alarms. Alarms, notifications, those things are great because, as you know, Dre, as a father, as a husband, I mean, there's a lot of responsibility. And if you don't have someone almost like a technical secretary or IT secretary in your hand to kind of, ping every now and then to kind of remind you, hey, today, electric bills coming out, or hey, meeting at 7. Those things are extremely important, not only to show your consistency, but also to show the organization of your life so that you're not overwhelmed. Sometimes people go into a health journey and they don't organize the rest of their life around it, and then they get overwhelmed and they just quit. But when you plan and you have those alarms and notifications, it better helps to keep everything in balance, and you're more likely to continue.
Wow, okay. That advice is going to help for a lot of other things.